Hi students, today we are going to see a new chapter in 12th Commerce, Employee Training. So in this video we are going to see what is the meaning of training, definition of training, purpose of training and also steps or procedures involved in designing a training program. We'll see one by one. First we have the meaning of training. Okay, so training refers to the teaching and learning activities carried on for the primary purpose of helping members of an organization. So what does it mean? See, when a employee or person has been recruited for a new job, he will be completely new to the organization. He will not know what is the procedure or rules followed in your organization. He will not know how the work has been done in your organization. Everything will be new to him. Correct. So a proper guidance has to be given. Yes. So for this we have a training department. So what they do is they provide you the teaching and learning activities. It is like a initial primary purpose of helping. You are assisting the members who are joining in your organization to do your work. Yes, so it is not required that only new employees has to be given training. It can be for already existing employees also. So he might be in different department. Now he has been shifted to some other department. Okay, so for this he has to be given a proper guidance or training. Only then he can perform the newly assigned job. Correct. So for this also we need to give a proper training to the employees. Yes, so that is the meaning of training, and to apply the required knowledge, skills and attitudes to perform their jobs effectively and efficiently. So how the training is making the employees to improve these skills. So it is giving a proper guidance or knowledge, correct? So how the work has to be done. So you will have a confidence and also you can improve your working quality. Correct. So if you doesn't know how to do any work, in the new organization, then it is of no use, right? If a proper training is not being given to the employees, you cannot expect that employee to give us 100%. Correct. So for this, a proper training, it is the initial or primary process that has to be given to all the employees to do the work. Okay. So now we will see the definition of training. According to Edwin B. Flippo, training is the act of increasing the knowledge and skills of an employee for doing a particular job. So what does it mean? It is a act which will help you to increase your talent or knowledge or skills of the newly recruited employee or already existing employee for doing a particular job of the organization. So for this, training is very much required. Okay, so now we will see the purpose of training. First one we have improved quality of work. So how training is making you to give improved quality of work. See, when a proper guidance is given to the employee how the work has to be done, he might be having the proper knowledge, correct, of how the work has been done, which automatically results in the quality of work. Correct. If he doesn't know anything, he cannot do anything. But once a proper training has been given to the employee, you can expect that employee to give his 100% quality. Correct. So, training will result in improved quality of work. This is the first point. Okay. So, next we have higher productivity and profit. So how training is making you to give higher productivity and profit? Same way, once you have a proper idea, you have a proper guidance of how the work has been done, you can yield a higher productivity. Correct. So previously without training you might have done some 50%. After your training you can give your 80 or 90%. This is the result of higher productivity and which will automatically result in higher profit. Higher productivity will automatically result in higher profit. Yes, so next we have Cost reduction. Why cost reduction here? See, there is a difference, right? There is a difference between you are getting a job done from a trained person and from untrained person. Correct. So if you are getting the job done from a untrained person, you are investing more money because he will not give 100% quality of work, and also you cannot expect higher productivity from him. But whereas when a trained person is given some job, you can expect the work can be done in minimum hours or days, and also less persons, more productivity. You can expect, right? So automatically this will result in what? Cost reduction to the organization. Yes, and next we have reduced supervision. When the employees are trained, yes, so it is not required for a supervisor to every time to monitor how the employees are working. You can make them independent. They have been given the training and you can leave them independently to do their work. So it has a reduction in supervision. Okay, so next we have motivating employees. How? What is motivating? First, it is encouraging the employees. Correct. So training will automatically result in a confidence. You are growing some confidence in your employees. Correct. He might be having a confidence. Yes, I know this job. I can do this job and I will do this job. Yes, so this automatically results in motivating the employees. Finally, you have enhance employee growth. So how this is enhancing employee growth? So once he is able to give 100% quality in his work, higher profit he has been giving, and also he is doing all his work without supervision. So automatically this will result in employee growth. He can move on to the next level very easily. Correct? So this is enhance employee growth. Now we will see steps in designing a training program or procedure, we can say. So what is the procedure that is required for a training program? So for anything before proceeding, you have to do a proper planning, how it should be done, who is going to do this job, how we are going to do this job. Correct? So similarly in training also we have a certain procedure for training program. First one, we have whom to train. So what does it mean? So first we have to know who are all the persons we are going to train. Okay. So next we have who is the trainee. Who is the trainee? Means what? Who is the person who is going to get training from the trainer. So who is a trainee? He is the person who is going to get training. And who is a trainer? He is the person who is going to give the training. So that is the difference. Trainee is the person who is going to get the training, and the trainer is the person who is going to give the training to you about the new job. Yes. So next we have what method will be used to training. Whether it is going to be a classroom training or direct practical method, directly getting him to the production department and showing him how the work has been done. We have so many methods of training. We will see one by one. So in the next level of steps we have what method will be used for training. Okay. So next we have what should be the level of training. So how the training level, whether it should be from the basic level. Basic level, it has to be given to the fresher or very newly joined employee. He don't have any previous experience. That is the basic level. Or intermediate, we can say. Intermediate is to the persons who already has some experience and he is new to your work. So in that case you have to give intermediate training. And finally you have high level training also. So that will be given to the higher officials. It will be like an overview training. Okay. And finally last we have where to conduct the training program. Okay, so where we have to conduct the training program or procedure. So that is your final step in designing a training program. Yes, clear? Hope everybody is clear. So in the next slide, you can have a brief explanation of the steps we saw. Yes, look into it. If you have any further clarification, you can get back to me. Thank you.